All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all, Marina Rodriguez versus Amanda Lemos, the big main event. Big fight, good fight, explosive all the way to the end. I'm not going to lie. Look, I was torn with this one. Like I said, I thought really they were both equally matched, even though Marina Rodriguez is the high-ranked fighter here. You know, I felt that Amanda Lemos was still on her level as a striker, and that's what was going to make this fight, or that's what really made this fight difficult for me to pick. You know, it really came down to experience and cardio. That's what I was really starting to think of with this one, as far as how I would make my pick, you know. But knowing that Lemos has the ground game and the power, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked at all how this fight went. That's what I said. Like, if Lemos wants to win this fight, you know, she's going to have to not draw it out, but just go in there, make a statement, you know, make her presence known and go for the finish, whether it be on the feet or on the ground. You know, she has that power and that ground game. Like she said, she's been evolving. Lemos just had that style in this fight. She had the jab, the timing. She had all of that to throw Marina off, throw her off her game. And she did everything. And she got the finish. I mean, right away, you could see there were some weaknesses. There were some weaknesses that I looked past with Marina again, you know, going into this fight, you know, as far as, you know, Marina thinking she could just survive on the ground again, you know, but really you could see the fact that she didn't evolve on the ground, really. You know, she hasn't really improved on the ground. And as far as her takedown defense, there was still a little bit of a panic when she got taken down in the second round, right? But the way Amanda was just controlling showed me that she's really grown, and that she could have ended it on the ground as well. If she would have kept it going that way, she could have ended it on the ground as well. But as y'all know, Amanda Lemos, you know, she just set up a beautiful right hand that finished Marina Rodriguez on her feet. Referee had to step in and stop it. I mean, we'll talk about the stoppage here. Some people are kind of torn with it. Marina herself felt like it was a bit premature, but we'll talk about it here in a minute. Real quick, going back into the first, looking back at the first round, right away you could see the respect. You could see the respect from the jump from both fighters. You know, cautious of each other's counter punches in their right hands. Lemos, to me, she was making the most of it though with the pressure. You know, she was using this time to find her range with her jab. You know, she was still using a lot of singles, but it was her feints that were keeping Marina out of reach and making Marina miss. You know, Marina was missing. She was off the mark with those right hands every time she would step in because of the way Lemos was putting that pressure on her. She was just using a lot of feints on her. And again, lack of jab from Marina kept it hard for her to find the right hand of hers. You know, she's just kind of firing that right hand. So Lemos, being a good boxer, all she had to do was just kind of eyeball it and say, okay, I know when she's going to throw the right hand because she's not going to throw the jab, right? Lemos got in a few good body kicks that looked like they were stinging on Marina Rodriguez, so you could see the power difference right there. Good technical round from Amanda Lemos off top, and she topped it off with the takedown. Marina ends up on top, but I still gave the it was just like for a few seconds, but I still gave the round to Amanda Lemos. Second round, Marina opened up with a front body kick, so I was like, okay, maybe she's going to pick up the volume here, you know, but you know, she was trying to find that range. You know, she wanted to find that range a little bit more. But this round, again, Amanda Lemos just boxing too well and showed some nice counter skills. Right away when they got to the center of the octagon, you could just see like that technique in Amanda Lemos and just how she was cocked. She had it cocked back and ready to go. And as soon as Marina Rodriguez runs in, she gets cracked with a good right hand counter. And I was like, oh man, like these are the shots I'm talking about. Like when Marina runs in or she marches in behind like the 1-2, you know, she'll get hit with these type of counters, and Lemos hit her with a clean counter. Now, she took it well. But Amanda Lemos, you could see again, she was getting into that rhythm now. You know, she was staying out of reach, making Marina miss, clinching up, you know, smart to clinch up. Like I said, you know, don't give her any range to get any shots off. And when she clinches up, boom, she gets to fight down to the ground. It almost gets a rear naked choke, but Marina, she's able to fight out of it. But then Lemos, she gets the top position, good top control in the half guard, showing that strength and that control, you know, just really roughing Marina up here, just hugging tight too, you know, showing that strength and making Marina's skills on the ground really look below average. Shout out to Pam Bam Sorensen. You know, she had posted this on her IG story, and, you know, I had to comment back. But she had said that Marina Rodriguez really was showing some, you know, lack of basic fundamentals on the off the back, you know, especially the way I think she was saying where she tried to get the underhook off of her back, which wasn't working for her. And she was kind of like turning right into it. And that's what made her continue to get locked in and just stuck and controlled by Amanda Lemos. So yeah, like you could really see the difference here. And if you look at it, Amanda Lemos was doing better than Mackenzie Dern did on the ground against Marina Rodriguez. She wasn't giving her any leeway or any room to get anything off. So this was another solid round for Amanda Lemos. Going into the third round, Marina, she needed to turn it up with the volume, but Lemos, she looked to be in that groove, just kind of, you know, just look relaxed, you know, just look relaxed, but still on her game. You know, she's looking for the big shots, missing a few home run shots here, because I knew here she was kind of in that groove where she could say, okay, if Marina tries to step in now and land some volume, I'm going to crack her with one of these big shots. But as soon as she calmed down, that's where she started to find her groove again, when she threw her strike straight. But with Marina, she was being more stationary. It was just a matter of time at this point where I was like, okay, one of those big shots is coming, because she knows in the center, Marina can't match her power for power or match her timing. So again, Lemos, she gets back to that center. Marina wants to step in and look for her own right hand. Lemos stepped in, landed that perfect right hand. Boom, right on Marina's head, rocked her badly. She goes reeling back into the cage. As she reels back, Lemos lands a left hook, right hand, and those shots, they were clean. You know, but Marina was still standing. She was still standing, but you could see it in her that she was rocked, so she shields up. But to avoid further damage, the ref goes ahead and steps in, and that was the end of the fight right there. So I know a lot of people saying that was premature. Marina felt it was too, because I could already see her kind of, you know, disagreeing, but he really saved her. In this position, he really did save her, because she was out on her feet from the first shot. Then when the left-right landed, she was completely just like gone to me, and would have ate further, you know, damaging blows, because the first barrage that she threw after the two punches landed off of the cage, when that barrage came at her, yeah, she shielded up and blocked those, but eventually, Lemos being an accurate puncher, she would have found her home for those next few shots if the referee wouldn't have stepped in. And with her being dazed, if she would have ate those 2 or 3 clean shots, with Lemos being a power hitter, that probably would have gave her a bad concussion, or would have just knocked her out cold and really dropped her. So when she was out on her feet, I think the ref, I watched the fight again today, I think the ref, he did a good job of just stopping it there, you know, not letting her take any further damage. Now, I know Marina said on her IG too that, look, I live for this. This is what I do. You know, I want to be able to go out on my shield and, you know, take all I can take. And I think that was all she could take without getting really put down and maybe possibly hurt, right? So I think the stoppage was okay. So shout out to Amanda Lemos. Shout out to Marina Rodriguez for taking this fight. It was a lot to lose here. You know, it was high risk, low reward, like I said. You know, Lemos just came in there with everything that she needed, just canceled out the striking. Marina Rodriguez brought the ground game as well. Yeah, she's back on track. 2 stoppage wins in a row over Waterson and a #3 contender in Rodriguez. I mean, hey, we can't argue, right? She might be getting that title shot next. But going back to Marina Rodriguez, I think she's still legit. You know, this is just a setback for her. It's definitely an eye-opener for her to go back and work on some things. And as she gets to, you know, really stay around this realm of sharks, she's going to have to put on a little bit more muscle and really work on her physical strength, so she won't get ragdolled and handled like this in the future against some of these grapplers. You know, she can get taken down easy. So Marina Rodriguez, she's going to have to evolve with the division. She's going to have to start putting on that strength, you know, putting on that muscle, and, you know, work on her takedown defense, because, yeah, takedown defense is an art. It's an art as well. You know, you don't always want to get taken down and just survive off your back and lose a round, right? You want to really evolve with the times, just put all that together, you know, even work on her boxing a little bit, you know, so she can become more confident, pump her jab out. So I think Marina Rodriguez, this was a wake-up call for her to stay up here in this part of the division. A lot of things she's going to have to put together at this point, because they're going to figure her style out. You know, yeah, she's still a good striker, but the more she faces these different type of grapplers, that's why I was even thinking, like, you know, even if her and Rose Namajunas fought, Rose would have that plan B to jump to and take her down, you know. So, yeah, that's what I think about Marina. Still legit, still can hang with these other fighters, but to get that belt or even get close to that belt, she's going to have to put on that physical strength and really work on her takedown defense and her ground game, period. She's going to have to work on her ground game, period. As for Amanda Lemos, hey, I said this before about Amanda Lemos. Look, win or lose at this level, I still think she's a fighter that will challenge for the belt. I know people disagree with me before, and that's how everybody is with one fight, or, you know, whether it's a win or loss, you know, they jump the gun on a fighter. Like, first time whenever Amanda Lemos did look good against Angela Hill, everybody said, oh, she ain't ready for it, you know. And even then I argue, say, okay, she got some things to work on, but I'm telling you, she will be challenging for that belt one day. You know, she can challenge for that belt because she still has the style and the skills to do that. And now, of course, with her stopping Marina, everybody's like, oh, yeah, she could definitely do it now. She'll give Weili a tough fight. But I'm just telling people now, I was already looking at her style even before. You know, she's close to a complete fighter, and she's been working on that. You know, the other fight, Andrade is Andrade. Like I always say, Andrade is Andrade. And you can't really, you know, judge so much off the Angela Hill fight because that's Angela Hill as well, you know. And she still won that fight. You know, in my opinion, she still won that fight. Angela Hill's just so awkward. But since then, you know, she's definitely been back on course. You know, improving in the ground game. Her boxing's been looking sharper. As long as she start keeping that jab out there and she fights more at a pace like this, hey, she'll definitely be challenging for that belt. And I see that, man. I stand by that. I still stand by that. So with that being said, when asked about, you know, the title, she said she would like to be a backup for this title fight, you know, which I take that as a fighter that wants to go for the belt. I understand what she means. You know, she just says, hey, look, I want to be a backup just in case, you know, Zhang Weili has to pull out of this fight. You know, if something happens, I'm there. But she's also saying that whoever wins this fight, she's going for that winner. You know, and I think she believes that Zhang Weili is going to be the winner of this Carla Esparza fight coming up this Saturday, and she's ready for that challenge, right? So a fight between her and Zhang Weili is interesting. You know, I like that matchup already. I've talked about that before. You know, a lot of people said, oh, no, Zhang is going to just blast her out or wash her. You never know. You never really know. Now, I know Zhang, she's probably physically stronger and a little, you know, definitely a little bit more hungrier and quicker. But that's yet to be seen. You know, that's still yet to be seen when these two actually get in the octagon. So, yeah, shout out to Amanda Lemos. She swooped in, got that title shot. Man, last night during that fight companion, I just kind of felt that bittersweet feeling, man. But at the same time, just kind of hurt for Marina because she fought so hard. She worked so hard to get up to this point. No title shot. You know, I know all the Weili fanboys that were dissing her, you know, they probably happy. But, you know, I was just like, man, she climbed this far, 4 fights in a row, and she loses it to a lower-ranked fighter and now has to go back to the drawing board, right? But she's definitely not down and out. She's still probably going to be like number 5 or probably like number 5 or something like that. Amanda Lemos probably going to jump in and become number 3 or 4. So she's still in that realm, but there's some things that she's going to have to work on. Ground game, takedown defense, putting on a little bit more muscle, and just being able to be a little bit quicker on her feet, not so much stationary. That sets her up for, you know, failure whenever she starts to really slow down or, you know, just throw that predictable right hand, right? But, yeah, man, that's all I got on this one, guys. Good main event all around. I enjoyed it. All 4 WMMA fights were solid. You know, we had 3 out of 4 finishes here. So we'll talk about some more of it later on tonight when I do my live stream. Let me know what y'all thought of the fight. Premature stoppage, yes or no? Lemos, do you see her challenging for the belt? Of course, I believe she will be. What do y'all think Marina Rodriguez needs to work on? Answer all them questions for me. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.